Y'all, at this point, just call it like is blind. Or how about lust is blind? But let's not call this love is blind anymore. Okay? Let's not do that. Sure, this is exactly my expression after watching episodes 10 and 11 of Love is Blind season 7, y'all. This is just a show. You know what I mean? Like there's nothing redeeming. I have hope for no couples if I had to choose one. If they were like, Ashley, you've got to choose one. Gotta make a decision. I'm gonna see Taylor and Garrett, but
Eyes on me, apply that. Get it, don't be timid when you ain't apply that. Love up on it, give along, need it. I don't want no trip, baby, say like
I'm here. My name is Ashley, and this is My Sweet Perspective, where I give my take on all things TV and movie related, and I am here to put you on, okay? So y'all, we are back to talk Love is Blind, season 7, episodes 10 and 11. I just have to give an honorable mention to Monica. Because we do get to see her in this episode at the Speakeasy Mixer. And, she looks fine. Here's the thing, I don't need you making any further excuses for Steve. Oh, but he's a good man. We talked for 2 hours today. He called me. Oh, is there a chance of you getting back together with him? Never. Never. But he is still a really, really, really good person with major character flaws. Really? Really? Let's not do that. Let's not excuse. Let's not pat him on the back. Let's not do any of those things. Let's let him take accountability and work through his degenerate nature. Like, let's do that. You know what I mean? I'm not here for that, y'all. Don't like it one bit. But y'all, let's get into next Alex and damn. And so, y'all, listen, we get to them, and I'm thinking, okay, we are in a much better situation now, right? Like, we have got through the cares of the past, and that's beyond us now. Right? He's not mad anymore. She's not calling that man everything but a child of God. And so now we can move in the right direction, but I still don't like him. I know there was always been something about Tim that just really got under my skin. I don't know if from the trauma bonding to his, I need somebody to be able to deal with me. And I'm not putting up with that when he's talking to the fellas. Just something about him to me just screams misogyny for whatever reason. And so, but they're on a good page now. Like I said, she's not calling him out of his name. He's seemingly not ready to throw away like he was before, right? Well, let's not speak too fast. So, in this episode, we get to meet Tim's parents. We get to see where he comes from. And it actually seems as though he comes from good stock. You know what I mean? His mom and dad, they've been together for 100 million years through the loss of everything. And of course, as any parents would do, they dote on their son and say that their son is wonderful. But he's got a couple of issues and he's very similar to his mother. He takes after his mama. And when I tell you the daddy is silent over there, the daddy's big silent in this exchange. And it could be the cameras, but it actually feels like that's the dynamic. Surprisingly enough, I really, really, really enjoyed his parents. I thought that they were kind. I think that the mom seemed fair, like she would approach, the situation with evenness if there was ever a situation. She says, once she's our daughter, you know, I'm for her and for you. So, let's not ever be under any delusions. But I think they also know their son. And while they say he's prepared in all of the traditional ways, we understand that he shuts down, right? And so they're there. And apparently they've talked for a long time, but Alex decided she needed a nap. And he didn't go for that. He don't go for that. So we get back to DC, baby. And he pops up in the apartment and is like, I ain't like that. We went all my parents drove all these hours to come here to see us, and you went to sleep. And on top of that, when I texted you this morning to see about the tires on your car that you needed to make sure that you're watching them, you didn't even acknowledge me. You didn't even respond. And she says, babe, listen, I sleep. I like my naps. And I'm a girl who likes a cat nap as well, Alex. But I don't feel like, I think what we should do instead of calling this love is blind, we should call it like is blind or maybe lust is blind. But love, baby, this is not what love is. None of these couples is what love is in my estimation up to this point. Okay? It's really, 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 really sad to me. And so anyway, she's like, I took an hour nap. I talked to your parents for 4 hours. And if you had an issue, why didn't you bring it up? Why are we keeping these things to ourselves? And that's my contention. You got all this mouth, Tim. You got all this big, gigantic mouth, Tim, and you can't open it to say how you feel in the moment. It's because he doesn't want her. He don't want Alex. He made up his mind back when they were on that little mini vacay that she was not the woman he wanted. He sat down there, looked her in her face, and said, "You would never be my wife. I would never want you to be my wife, and I never want to see you ever again in this life." I said, "Well, damn. I never want to see you ever again in life," is what that man said to this lady. And she said, "How dare you? You sat up and asked my father for my hand in marriage, got him emotional and crying." And on that side of it, Alex, are you more concerned about saving face? Or is this really a man that you would ever want to be with? I honestly feel like he did her the most ginormous favor anyone could ever do for anyone, because a life with him would be hell. It would be pure D hell. There is nothing that she would ever be able to do that would be right enough in his eyes. He needs somebody totally different. Or better yet, maybe he needs to work on himself. You know what I mean? Because something isn't clicking, Steven. And y'all, we will be going live. I'll be going live to talk about all of this stuff. So if I don't get into all the nitty gritty here, I will definitely get into it on the live. But I think he did her a big, huge favor. I do. That's how I feel about it. Next, let's talk about Marissa and Ramses. Yeah, other than the sex, they don't have anything. They, on their core beliefs, on a foundational level, he don't care. He wanted some of that raw coot nanny, okay, and didn't want to wrap it up, which is beyond me in the state of affairs, in the state of this world, that you are just out here raw dogging it. But allegedly they figured that out. Okay. He felt unwanted because she was PMSing and didn't want to be touched one day. Really? So you didn't feel wanted, Ramses? Ramses is looking for a way out. He's got the cold feet, is what they call it. Okay. Cold feet is what they call them. And he really doesn't want this. Again, from a foundational level, from the person that she is, from the career that she had before now being a law clerk. I don't think he's here for it. She's here planning the wedding all by herself. He can't be bothered. I don't know. There's just something so disingenuous about him and the connection. Y'all know I always felt like this was super superficial. It just doesn't give I am here for the long haul. It feels like both of them are looking for a way out. She feels like she's going to have to think for both of them because he's not forward thinking, because he didn't think about getting her mom a gift. And he basically, like I said, wants his smecks the way he wants it. Okay. And she can't have any military ties. That's what it amounts to. Again, they don't really have any depth to me. He's not telling his whole family or inviting his whole family to the wedding. And she is just kind of taking it all on her shoulders. But is that going to be indicative of what a life will be like with him? Her taking the lead and him just going with the flow. I mean, to each their own, but that's not, it doesn't seem to be what she was used to or has been used to. You know what I mean? So we'll see what goes on. But again, I really don't care about the couple. I could care less. Meanwhile, Taylor and Garrett, his mama probably ain't gonna come to this wedding, y'all. I told her, she when she cried and melted down in that kitchen in front of this girl, like she was just devastated after she knew this young man was going on the trip. I said, yeah, she can't be trusted. We don't trust them all. And I'm not going to be the one to make this about race. I'm not going to make it a race issue. But the mama wasn't pleased with what she saw because on paper, Taylor is everything that Garrett would want or need. Do you see what I'm saying? She is educated in the field of science like he is. She is gainfully employed, ambitious, well rounded, a great personality, presents well. There was nothing wrong with this lady. And Garrett is old, ma'am. So what did you want? Did you want to pick the spouse for him? Like it irks my nerves, but Garrett is insistent that whatever his mama think, he don't give a damn. He is going to get his woman. But Garrett, what else are you doing? Because it's revealed in these episodes that he has been responding to an ex. Not just, liking a post and setting it down like we initially think before the speakeasy. And Taylor spazzed about that. She's been cheated on in the past, and this is a delicate issue for her. Again, I'm that's not something that hems me up, right? As far as social media, people have social medias and they communicate. I think you have to be secure in your situation and know your partner, you know what I mean? And so she didn't like the fact that he even acknowledged this girl, said, going forward, you need to let me know if somebody reaches out. Before you respond, before you do anything, you need to tell me about it. I don't want any surprises. We go to the speakeasy, get out of the speakeasy towards the end of it, he's running his mouth like, yeah, I told her. Da, 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 da. She said, hold on, what? Taylor said, what, Gary? You told her. So you mean that it wasn't just a casual exchange, but you actually spoke with this woman, had words with this woman. I don't like that. I don't feel safe. I don't feel secure. I don't know if you're my person anymore. So now doubt has crept in, and he's doing everything he can to save face. Garrett, to me, is not malicious, and I don't think he's underhanded like that, to be sneaking around, especially after what he saw with Steven and Monica. I don't think that's in him to do, but I think her insecurities are speaking extremely, extremely loud right now. Should he have been carrying on conversations with exes? Absolutely not. But do I think that it was in an effort like to cheat on Taylor? I don't. And so anyway, they end up staying up all night and they squash it. They fly to San Diego, meet her parentals, and I love her mother. Her mother is kind and warm, everything that Garrett's mother was not. Even though she says this wasn't her first choice for her baby, she is here for the experience and she is going to love and support them no matter what. Garrett even got teary eyed listening to Taylor's mom. She is amazing, and I see where Taylor gets her strength from and her girl power from. Taylor seems like a person who rallies around all of the women, and I just absolutely love her down. And I hope she can get over this. I hope he's actually the right person for her. If he's not, sis, don't get over it. But if you guys can fire on all cylinders and do everything that you need to, I think it could be amazing. Y'all, I'm not gonna get into the dresses in this one. We will talk about the dresses and the looks in the live tomorrow. But so yeah, that's basically it. I think she still has this hesitancy or this doubt, but to me, Garrett seems all in. You guys drop it in the comments and let me know what you think of them. But yeah, I hope they can get past this. I hope they can get over it. His family issue might end up being more than we suspect, but again, I don't know. Time will just have to tell. Lord, this need it to end before it even began. And for me, it's the audacity that you have these glaring, terrible white boots on after Labor Day. In every outfit, in every look, you manage to squeeze these heifers in, Hannah. I hate those boots. It speaks to your character, and it told me everything I needed to know before we even got here. If you go back to the Meet the Cast video that I did, y'all, I told y'all who Hannah was, and the boots prove it. Okay, the boots, her attitude, and everything that happened has happened in the show. Honestly, up to this point, has proven uh how reckless Hannah's mouth is. It's so terrible. It's so unkind. It's so mean, so nasty, so rude. I'm struggling with Hannah, girl. I'm struggling with you. So we know that Nick wasn't ready to be married. Okay. Let's be clear. We knew that. He should have known that. His mama, daddy should have told him before he even got on this show and got himself in this position. Okay. But Nick is not malicious. Nick is not mean-spirited. And I think he wants to do better. He's just not ready. Okay. So with that being said, and that's what it is. I like Nick. I don't think Nick is a bad person. Okay. And so let's sit that there. Even though Nick is not ready and he's immature, he did not deserve the treatment that Hannah gave. Hannah was a monster to this man. And the fact that he was going to potentially go through with marrying this vile individual, it would have been devastating. She did him a favor as well, but she was so mean and so nasty throughout this entire situation after the pods. Like, nobody deserves that. She could have ended this earlier. She could have just said, oh my goodness, you're just not mature enough for me. But to attack this man's intelligence, to attack this man in every single area of his life is disturbing as hell to me. It's so disturbing, y'all. So, they're doing their things. And like I said, she takes every opportunity to dig at him. And it felt, listen, I don't want to use the word, but if she was a man doing this to a woman, yeah, I'm just gonna set it right there. So anyway, they go to the mixer again. It's tumultuous, meeting with her friends. Her friends co-sign her bad behavior just like her brother did. And now that we are at the mixer, he bumps into Katie, and Katie was another one of his picks. We know she was the sport agent who I really wish would have gotten more screen time. I told you I liked her even from the meet the cast when all I had was the pictures. And, that's the way you talk to somebody. The way Katie interacted with Nick D was so kind. It wasn't all flattering words because she checked him as well and said, I knew that you were too immature because of XYZ, but the person you are is amazing and you have all of this potential. It was so kind. This is what you would expect from somebody who says that they love you, Hannah. Hannah couldn't take it. What did you talk to her for 40 minutes for? She was supposed to be my best friend. What is she talking to you for 40 minutes? She told me 3 times that you were so hot and blah, blah, blah. Well, girl, like he said, take that up with her. That's not my business. And during that whole conversation, he was still riding beside Hannah. Okay. The whole time. It's just so damn disturbing. I don't know. There's a way to handle people. And for her to keep saying over and over and over and over again, I'm so mature. I'm just so much more mature than he is. I'm just so much more mature. Girl, you have a job, okay? You have a job and you live on your own. That doesn't make you mature. That makes you doing what people have to do. Your character needs work, Hannah. I was disgusted watching this, but again, they're no longer together. She calls it off. I can't marry you. They don't do the tux fittings or the dresses. And he says he's sad because he feels like it's on him that the situation was ruined. Okay. She did you a favor. Next, Tyler and Ashley. And let's read these messages, child. Let's read these messages before we get into the actual couple for Tyler and Ashley because it bears a conversation. This is from the baby mama, right? The recipient of his sperm. The first portion says, all I will say is everything being said about me and my children better be cleared up by Tyler, or I will expose everything. As I've stated previously, I am trying really hard to not say anything because at the end of every single day, I have to be strong for my children, but I will not allow my name to continuously be dragged through the mud like this. I did not ask for this. And the kids and I definitely do not deserve any of it. Please do not make me take it there, Tyler. There is absolutely nothing I am not willing to expose. And please save all your false promises of clearing everything up. If I do not see actions, I will assume this is where you want to go. And I promise you, I will take it there. I's tired. I's tired, boss, is what she said. And this is from Britt Thomas. Now we know and understand, come to light, that the first baby was in fact a sperm donor baby. He was helping this lesbian couple conceive, but the others apparently were accidents because eventually he moved in with her, and I believe they started screwing. I don't know if on the regular, uh, but that's just what happened. Okay, and so now he's still in our faces on this show saying that he is the sperm donor. Ashley says, don't let there be anything else to pop up out this box. Let this be it. I'm trying to wrap my head around it. I just found out about it. I'm trying to wrap my head around it. This better be it. Oh, it is. It is. It is. This is it. This is it. This is it. Tyler, you're fumbling the bag, man. You're doing all of the wrong things. So here's what I want to posit about this couple, and we're not going to be too much longer. Tyler really does like Ashley, does really quote unquote love in the way that he knows how to love. I believe that. All right. But Tyler is a liar, and the truth is not in him. Everything good that could have come out of this, he is self sabotaged by carrying on these lies. Had he gone into this saying, I do have 3 kids, but it's an interesting situation. Started out as sperm donor, all of this, and just explained it, the truth in the pods without fear that somebody would judge him and not be with him. I feel like he tricked her. He tricked her, he deceived her into getting into this situation. And now they've connected physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. She doesn't want to let him go. And so in this episode, that's really what we're seeing. We are seeing the exchange between these two and her getting past it. I'm going to get past it because I love him. We see him still crying, his friends. Oh, Ashley must be something different because he's never acted like this. He's never responded like this. This is a different Tyler. But is it? He's gotten in his own way. I think Ashley would be great for him. But I'm praying she saves herself. He's not ready. He can't be ready if at this big age he is still lying in this manner. Did he think it was never going to come out, or did he say I'll be married by then, so then she'll have to stay with me? And what shocked me even beyond everything is that her mom didn't see anything. I don't know. I be trusting mamas to have all of the discernment in the world about people. And again, while I do think after watching these 2 episodes, I do think that Tyler feels something for Ashley. I just think he's getting in his own way or has already gotten in his own way. But y'all, I don't do the spoilers, so I don't know what's happening in real life as far as the relationship, whether or not they choose to get married next week on the next episode. I don't know, but it's sad. It's sad to literally watch this person lie and deceive and scam when you didn't even have to. Ashley probably would have stayed with him knowing all of this. That's what makes it so disheartening and sad for me, guys. I just don't like it. I don't like it for her because that sort of betrayal and lies can really damage you going forward, especially if you're not proactive about getting help or working through it. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody just to lie to you on national television. So not only do you have the personal embarrassment of dealing and choosing this person, now it's on this nationwide scale that you have to contend with and deal with. But you guys, that's it for now. We will get into the nitty gritty of it when we go live. And it'll just be me, guys. We'll do a solo live to talk about everything up to this point that's happened. And I will put the notification out and everything on the community tab. But if you're still here, if you enjoyed this, go ahead, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, y'all. We hit 5K. Can you believe it? We did it, y'all. We did it, y'all. We did it. Thank you guys so much for being here, and I will see y'all in the next video. Thanks for watching.